My wife is a casting director and a producer, and she's really cool. She went from an intern to just working really, really hard, and just becoming an amazing mom and just executive. So she's awesome. But I go to a lot of these FYCs, for your consideration events, and I'm often just like, well, I guess a fly on the walls or flower on the wall is not exactly how I would describe me because I'm just meeting everyone, but I'm always listening to the way that these directors, these producers, these actors, all very talented individuals, speak about creativity. And what's really interesting is when like the directors are speaking about this idea of constriction, meaning there's only a certain amount of time, there's a certain amount of things in the script you can do, and you get really creative with how you shoot that and where it goes. But the same is true for us, right? In a day, you have a certain amount of hours in the day. You have a certain amount of goals you're trying to accomplish. How you accomplish those goals is really kind of where creativity just comes up, right? So if you think about it, a blank slate, you're looking at it, you're like, wow, a blank canvas. Where do I start, right? One black line down the middle. Okay, done. Just kidding. Tape a banana to it. But like flash forward and you're like, well, sometimes when you have a focal point and you know kind of where you're going, you can get really creative because all of your mind's energy is focused on, all right, I have this pinhole and that's where I gotta go. Let's focus on that, drive through it. And to hear creatives talking about this from the script and from all these different pieces they're working on, it's really kind of exciting. So as you start to think about it from the business applications, there are probably 2, 3, 4, 5 different ways to think about it. The first is, if you're looking at this problem and you can't get over it, take a step back and think like, what am I not thinking about? What are the goals? Like, what are the short-term goals, the mid-term goals, and the long-term goals? The next thing I would think about is like, well, is that long-term goal accomplishing kind of like my company goal or even my life goal? And when you start to think through that, you start to get really creative, and there's a freedom to the idea of you can't just have a blank slate. You have a goal you want to accomplish, and you have all the tools in front of you. Where creative really kind of flies is when you start to think about how you use the tools in front of you through your own perspective in your most creative way. Give it a thought.